What's happening, guys? Kenny here again, and today I've got another first impressions video for you guys. And this one was a bit of a surprise, a little bit. If you guys read the thumbnail, you know what this is about if you saw it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. It's gonna be about this guy. Wham! Oh yeah, boys. This is a Peter Rassenti custom. Peter Rassenti is a custom maker out of Canada. I'm not sure which province. You guys can answer that down at the bottom in the comments if you know. Let me wipe this blade. Yeah, this thing is absolutely gorgeous, guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I got this thing. But if you don't, then this is the first time you're seeing this. So first things first, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Kyle. And he's one of my subscribers. You guys would know him. His name, his sub name is 25 to Knife. He had a different name on YouTube, but I don't know if he wants his full name out there, so I'm not gonna give you his full name. But he's been a sub of mine since I probably had 30 subs. So huge thank you to him, not only for being a great sub and just being around from the beginning, but also for letting me get this in hand, guys. He's been talking to me forever about, first he wanted to get me some CRKs when I didn't have any experience with them. And then when I got the CRK, he was like, dude, I got something you got to check out. So yeah, oh my God, guys. Not only is he lending me this to check out, I hit him up and I was like, dude, how comfortable are you with me using this knife? And he was like, dude, use it. Sharpen it, sharpen it and use it like you would any other knife. And I was like, dude, I mean, that's so insanely gracious of him. I'm just so thankful, dude. Thank you so much, Kyle. You are an exceptional dude. And I'm extremely stoked to get this guy in hand. So now about the knife, guys. Yeah, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. On a whole nother level from anything I've handled before. Most of the stuff I've handled, even in that like more custom range, is mostly mid-tech type of stuff. This is like full-on custom, guys. You can really feel his love going into this knife. It is a titanium integral, so that means that this is one piece of titanium milled out. You can see they probably come from the top and bottom to mill this out, and it is absolutely amazingly done. You guys can see this stock. We're looking at about like 4.5 millimeter stock. It's like 1.173, I believe, is what I got on the calipers. I'm not going to waste your guys' time and bring the calipers in right now. But I am going to be doing a hype versus reality on this guy because of Kyle's, because of his just being an awesome guy and letting me use this thing. I am going to be able to do a hype versus reality. So stoked about that. And to see how this is CTS-XHP from Carpenter. And XHP done with a custom heat treat and insane grind, guys. So this thing's 0.173 stock thickness, but what I got with the calipers on behind the edge thickness, look at this hollow ground, guys. Look at this hollow ground. You guys can see the light bouncing off of here. You can even see my face right there, dude. That's how amazingly polished this XHP is. But yeah, this thing is amazing, guys. And behind the edge, the reading I got on this was 4 thousandths. You guys can even tell just by that secondary grind. Let's see if I can get it to catch it. There it is. Look how thin that is. That's insane, guys. I haven't sharpened it yet, so I don't know what angle that's at. And there's no way I'm going to be able to get something on there to read what angle that's at. But, oh, man. And as far as cutting goes, this thing is a slicing beast. Obviously, if you're going through something that is a little bit more dense or something, you're going to deal with that stock thickness. But for the most part, with cardboard and stuff like that, what most of us cut, you're gonna have no issues with that stock thickness. You guys can see how amazing this action is. It is on bearings, and you guys can see how tight the tolerances there are. I don't know. They must recess the bearings. He must recess the bearings into the blade to get that tight of a tolerance, because you can't mill into the handles to get that thin to recess into the handle. You see how thin that slab is anyways. But yeah, so you can't really mill into that because you can't get in there. So he must recess the bearings into the blade, which is a really beautiful touch. You guys can see the thumb studs also have the same texturing that's done on this handle scale. It's like almost like a orange peel type of texture. It's absolutely gorgeous, guys. It looks great. And then the nice touch with the pivot also being milled that same way. And then on this side you have a zirconium pivot with the zirconium collar. Amazing, guys. Really beautiful. That's like another type of metal, almost like titanium, with similar to titanium. And then look at that beautiful touch with the way the blade fits right into the handle. Really beautifully done, guys. And then of course Peter Rassenti is known for, like, really there's no branding. The only branding on here is his maker's mark right there. And that's just beautifully done, guys. That's just awesome. So you just know his knives by the way it looks. It's a Rassenti, you know, which is a beautiful touch. That's when you know someone's got something special, you know. But yeah, as you guys can see, this action is absolutely amazing. And this thing has bitten me more than once already. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Yeah, I can't get it to focus. But it's bitten me like 3 or 4 times right there, just because with this, this is one of the things with this is the Snafu 2.0. The Snafu 1 has like a longer flipper tab, which would actually help with that a little bit. But yeah, you guys can see this is where that's where the detent gets onto the tang right there. And you just want to get your finger in that right spot. But I've missed a few times and had this thing just pop me. So yeah, something to be aware of. With how amazingly free dropping this blade is, it is a guillotine. And Kyle warned me about it, but it was a little too late. I had already bit myself with it. But yeah, as far as ergonomics go, guys, you guys can see this. This is contoured beautifully. It does fit amazingly in hand. Again, guys, I have a medium, like average size hands, but I have like medium to large size glove size, and 3 3/4 inch wide, 4 inch tall, and then from the tip of my finger to right here is 6 1/4 inches. So yeah, fits awesome, and you guys can see plenty of real estate there, guys. So if you got bigger hands than me, you should have no issues with this being long enough, much less the hand filling wise feels great. If you have a longer palm than me, you'd still probably have a good fill, but yeah, maybe not too much larger than my hands. It might feel a little thin, so that's something to consider. But and as far as the choil goes, for my hands, I got pretty thick fingers. I wouldn't be able to go into a hammer grip or like full-on saber, but I can use it like this. I can use that part of my finger. And then it is a little square here, so I wouldn't think ergonomically that would be the most amazing position. You can feel the edges here. But we shall see. I will use it from this position as well. I like the way that this ramp like really fits your thumb nicely. And the jimping on this is done really well. It's not very sharp. It's just perfectly chamfered, and like if you go like this, you can't even feel it, and then when you push your finger down, it really grips. So really beautifully done for jimping, although I'm not a huge jimping fan either. But yeah, it works well. When it's done well, I like it. It's done well here. So really nice. And then the blood groove, or whatever you want to call the fuller here, you can use it to spidey flick. I can't use my thumb to like roll it out because I end up locking myself out as usual, but I can pinch it and go ahead and bring it out. With this, with the left hand, I can. just go ahead and use my thumb to roll it out because my fingers aren't on that lock bar. But I have a hard time for some reason with my right hand getting my fingers off that lock bar. Really tough. So otherwise, I mean, flipping action, guys, either way, just doing like a 12 o'clock, the way that's cut out for your finger is just beautifully done. And the landing here is nice too, no issues. And then as far as a push button, it push buttons really nicely too. Any way you want to do it, really. Even if you almost misfire, it's still so smooth that it just almost deploys anyways. So really nicely done. The detent is a little soft, and Kyle told me I could tighten the pivot and it'll tighten up the detent a little as well. But I do love this action the way it is, so I might just leave it. Yeah, but amazingly done, guys. If you don't know a lot about integrals, guys, it's one piece of titanium. Every cut he makes could essentially spring the titanium. So really nice touch that this is done to such tight tolerances. Really beautifully done. I am losing light here, guys, so I'm going to turn on a light just to get a little bit more light on this subject here. Yeah, sorry about the color change I'm probably going to have. So, yeah. I'm gonna continue here. Next knife on the docket here, and you guys saw in the picture and on the thumbnail. But yeah, guys, he also surprised me with this guy in there. This is the Boost Blades Smoke, and beautifully done knife. Really nice fit and finish. Very well done. As you guys know, I do have a Metamorph. The reason I said did is because Steve has it right now. He's had it for a while, but yeah, I do like the Metamorph a lot. And this was the one I was kind of like, damn, if I like the Metamorph, I should probably get that Boost Blade Smoke. But yeah, I just never really dropped. It's like $220, I think these guys are, so they're not cheap, but they do have M390 steel. And that's a nice upgrade from the Metamorph with 14C28N. But in saying that, as long as the heat treat's done well, it's an upgrade. Otherwise, 14C28N really does perform really well. So, in saying that, yeah, really nice knife. The fit and finish on this guy is definitely on another level from the Metamorph. This is titanium as well, instead of the Metamorph being aluminum. Although the Metamorph is going to be coming in a titanium version. But yeah, this guy is beautiful, guys. Perfect centering. Yeah, as well as the Rassenti on that matter. Perfect centering, of course. But yeah, you can't mess up the centering with that, with those tolerances. So yeah, this one's got a little bit more leeway, but it's still really nicely centered. It is really nice action. Really smooth. Not free-falling, but with the blade that light and that thin, I'm not surprised. The tab does go back a little bit, which makes it nice for rolling out. Really easy to break the detent and roll out. Either way. But yeah, really nice action. And as far as the clip goes in and out nice. This clip is a little off, guys. You see that? So clip was made with the knife, I'm sure. But you see, it is right at this. So I actually enjoy this clip the way it is. It goes in and out very nicely. If you had a really thin pair of slacks, this might not work. But with a heavy knife, I mean, it's not heavy, guys. It's not heavy by any means for what it is. It's actually very light. I handed this to one of my friends, just showing him it, and he like put it in his hand, and he was like, "Wow, that's way lighter than he thought it was going to be." So yeah, that's a really nice touch with this guy, and it's because of its integral and it's so thin. So anyways, I got a little distracted there. But yeah, this is really nicely done. The clip works really well. I carried it today. It worked very well. And yeah, or actually no, I carried that knife today, but I'll carry this one tomorrow. I did carry it around a little bit around the house. That's why you see my jeans in there and stuff. But I did carry this around the house a little bit, and it was really nice. Going in and out of the pocket. I'll probably carry this tomorrow though, because I want to do some cutting with it. Yeah, and or actually, I did cut up I cut up a box this morning, and it worked really well. As far as just a little bit of cutting, I didn't get to use it as extensively. One thing I did notice, guys, as far as fit, there is some lash, and I noticed it when I was shaking it down. I could hear it when I was shaking it down, but you could barely hear it there. Yeah, it's something I noticed. In lockup, it's solid lockup, but there is a little bit of lash here, which isn't ideal, but it's not a big issue. I know a lot of knives that have that issue, actually. I don't really talk about it much, but it's usually never like a sound that I hear like this. But yeah, just something to note. It's not exactly amazing, but it's not horrible. As far as this aperture, guys, I don't see it being like an actual usable aperture. I can't really get my thumb in there. With this finger, I can almost catch, just because of the sharpness of the aperture, I can catch my skin. But other than that, guys, you might be able to pinch it out. Yeah, you could pinch it out. But it's just not very practical as far as the aperture goes, as far as functionality. It looks cool, looks really cool, and it probably lightens up the blade nicely. But yeah, not exactly a functioning aperture. Not like a Spidey hole or even just normal aperture or opening apertures. But yeah, other than that, it's really nice, and really enjoy this knife so far. Look forward to giving you a full review. This is another one that he's like, go nuts. You can see he's already sharpened it. Very sharp, nice edge, done by Kyle. And yeah, this is just a really nice, fun knife. Another note to make is, if you are dropping it down, you can see there is a little something here you can let catch your thumb, but it doesn't really always hit. So dropping it down, you got to be a little careful. And then on the back, you can see this comes up right here, so you got to make sure your finger's not there. But yeah, other than that, I mean, really not much I can say bad about this knife. Really nice. It is a little thin right here too, if you're hammer grip. But in saber grip, so comfortable, guys. That's the one thing I'll say about this over the Metamorph. I feel like this is a little more comfortable in hand. Except in the hammer grip. That's the only one I think the Metamorph is a little fatter, I think. Maybe a little broader here too. So it fills my hands a little better. But for most people, it'll probably be sufficient, as long as you don't have big hands like bigger than mine, like really large or extra large or something like that. So anyways, great knife, guys, and I would suggest it for sure, especially if you like front flippers. For the price, I mean, it's a little pricey, you know, in that $220 range, but definitely a really nice knife. So as far as the Rassenti goes, guys, amazing, guys. These are run about between 15 to 2 grand. I mean, and probably upwards. They started around 1,500, so this is definitely next level. And Kyle's a next level dude. I really appreciate it, man. You are not only a great sub, but dude, this is just, I can't even explain how I can't even express my gratitude, man. It's just really awesome of you. So thank you so much. And let me give you guys one quick thing, just because I know, sorry, I've been kind of all over the place in this one, but yeah, PM2, give you a little bit of a size comparison, and then the 940, which is just about a really good size comparison for the Boost Blade Smoke. Really great size comparison. So yeah, and then the Rassenti, you guys can see this is just a larger knife. The PM2 is a little bit dwarfed by it, just a little bit. It's probably about a half, 3/4 of an inch longer than the PM2 in hole length. Blade length's about maybe 1/4 inch. Maybe 3/8. Yeah, 3/8, and then more in the handle. So yeah, good size knife, you know, really large, and stock thickness is beastly. So yeah, that's it, guys. Really appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, let me know what you think. super excited and really looking forward to giving you guys a hype versus reality on this guy. So, yeah, have a great night, guys. I'll talk to you soon.